In CSAT, you know, there is quantitative aptitude, there is reasoning, there is comprehension. Now here you should have a smart strategy of approaching comprehension. Yes, we have seen what kind of the logics we applied for eliminating one by one. Good evening, dear friends. Welcome to Gallant IAS. I'm Justin. Yes, now something around 236 days left for Prelims 2023. Yes, I know you follow an integrated approach of preparing the subjects for your upcoming prelims mains examination. Now, coming to prelims, you have to give equal weightage to your GS paper and your CSAT. Don't ever underestimate CSAT, because even though it is a qualifying paper, many fail prelims just because of the low score in CSAT. So you have to score 67 marks in CSAT paper. You have to practice very well. Gallant IAS very soon will launch Guru Shishya program, that is integrated prelims mentorship, prelims test series come mentorship program for prelims 2023, in which every week we will have practice of quantitative aptitude, reasoning and this comprehension part, just like the Gurukul system of learning. Okay, very casually, very friendly, interactive discussions, interactive sessions on solving these CSAT part, comprehension, reasoning, quantitative aptitude, along with the GS preparation. Now coming to this, what all things you have to take care in this passage or in this reading comprehension part? Let me tell you a few things. Yes, first important thing, I'm giving you some basic ideas or the fundamental things you have to take care when it comes to reading comprehension. One thing is, when you read the passages, please try to understand you are reading the passages not to write any essays or not to frame some answers here. Reading the passages, it is simply to answer the questions that follow. Every passage is followed by the questions. So why should read a passage? Why should read a passage? It is not to accumulate knowledge on that particular topic. Yes, reading the passage simply it is to answer the questions. So most importantly, whenever you go for reading a passage, please try to check the question, demand of the question first, then come back to the passage. Okay, it is always nice. Okay, it is always nice to go for the question. Try to understand what is the demand of the question, then you focus on reading the passages. So this is the first rule I give you when you come to reading comprehension or solving the passages in CSAT. Please keep in the mind, you read the passage, that is only to answer the questions. You are not doing any research hour or PhD there. Okay, just to answer the question. Now here, coming to this answering the question, choices are given, and the best way of getting the right choice is you go for elimination. Based on your understanding and based on your reading of the passage, when you come to solving the question is followed by the question is followed by the choices. You have to eliminate choices one by one in order to get into the right answer. Okay, out of the four choices, of course all the three will be wrong. You have to select only one now. So you eliminate one by one, applying your logic. You can eliminate one by one, and your logic that should be purely based on your understanding of that passage. Your logic should not be borrowed from GS1, GS2, GS3 or essay paper. You try to understand whatever the author trying to convey in the passage. Based on that understanding of the passage, you try to eliminate the wrong choices and come up to that right answer. Now focus on the keywords. Sometimes the question is having, yes, you are asked to pick the most logical inference or most logical crux of the passage, or they ask what is implied or what is the assumption. Okay, different keywords are used to that, different question keywords are used to that. Try to understand, try to distinguish them, and also while reading the passage, please focus on the keywords given in the passage, and the additional fittings, supplementary fittings, just forget about it. Okay, now always whatever the question, sometimes it is opinion based question, assumption based question, inference question, implication question or crux question, tonal question, any questions. Here the most important thing is understanding the essence, the central idea of the passage, that is always important. Please try to understand. Always it is very important coming to reading comprehension, understanding the crux, the central idea, the basic essence of the passage, that is very, very important. Yes, you follow your basic instinct. Okay, you follow your basic instinct, your intuition while reading and coming to the question and choices. Yes, something that is strike in your mind, stick on to that. Don't go for some additional fittings or wild guess or word guess, etc. You just rely on your basic instinct, your intuition. That can be the right choice. If you think too much, overestimation, overthinking, and thinking randomly, all will not support you, help you. Just stick on to or follow your basic instinct while solving this passage. And also please try to answer as per your understanding of the passage, not your understanding of that particular topic. For example, ecological degradation. Maybe you read a lot of things outside this passage regarding that ecological degradation. That will not work here. Just to focus on the passage. Based on the passage, you try to comprehend. Okay, based on the passage, you try to answer. Now also please keep in the mind, in CSAT, reading comprehension is not only the type of the questions you have to solve. You have that quantitative aptitude, reasoning type of questions also. So give equal weightage to all this. Now you have sufficient time, almost 8 months time. So give equal weightage to your quantitative aptitude, your reasoning, and to your yes comprehension part. Okay, practice them very well. You can go for newspaper articles, you can go for mock questions, you practice them and try to work it out. You try to follow your basic instincts and learn the art of answering comprehension questions by following your intuition. Okay, and see how it is, how much it is successful or not. Okay, and try the different elimination methods when it comes to reading comprehension. Let us solve one passage here. Very easy. Yes, this is a passage. This is a passage. The passage is like this. Before going for the passage, I just look into the question. The question is, which of the given statement best to reflect to the crux of the passage given above? So something is very familiar to me, something is very simple. The question is asking for the crux of the passage. I have to find out that statement which conveys the essence of the passage or the best central idea of the passage. I have to find out of the choices which one, which of the following conveys the essence of the passage. Okay, let's go for this one. Coming to the passage, see, I can go for underlining or circling the keywords here. So here, economic losses, something which is related to economic losses. Sometimes in the beginning of the passage itself, that the central idea is given. Economic losses due to modern forms of pollution. Due to modern forms of pollution, how increased as a proportion of GDP. How increased as a proportion of GDP. So it is economic losses and the pollution. Some idea I get. Economic losses and it's a connection with the pollution. Okay. Proportion of GDP between 2000 and 2019 in India, China and Nigeria, and are now conservatively estimated to amount to approximately yes 1% of GDP in each of these countries. The full economic losses, if the full health impacts of pollution were to be counted, and the effects of the pollution on informal sectors and environmental damage were to be fully detailed, are likely to be greater according to the review. By contrast, economic losses due to modern forms of pollution have fallen as a proportion of GDP in the USA and yes, European Union countries. The reduction of economic losses in the countries reflect pollution control, the outsourcing of polluting industries, and reduction in death rates. The death rates review states. So you see, this is we in a nutshell. We understood that this is something which is related to yes that economic losses in the developing countries and economic losses in the developed countries due to pollution. Economic losses, economic losses due to pollution in the developed countries and developing countries. Some idea I get. I don't know whether it is correct one or not. Now let us go for the choices. Let us go for the choices. The choices given here. Yes, which of the following best to reflect the crux of the passage? So out of the four choices, when they ask for the crux, I have to pick that statement which essentially conveys, yes, the whole idea of the passage, or the central idea of the passage. Pollution needs to be tackled to realize the goal of one health in India, China, and Nigeria. Yes, the pollution needs to be tackled to realize the goal of one health in India, China, Nigeria. I don't know whether this one health program is there in this China and Nigeria. And in the passage, nothing it deals with that particular tackling one health program, or like, pollution, tackling pollution to realize goal of this one health program. Nowhere in the passage I found this particular concept, tackling pollution to realize the goal of one health program. Okay, so I eliminated that. I couldn't see anywhere. So that one I eliminated. Okay, that first statement I eliminated. All economies experience parallel changes in pollution levels. All economies, yes, they experience parallel changes in pollution levels. But in the passage they say that they have different trend in this, I mean, in the growth of this GDP due to this pollution, or maybe economies experience parallel changes in pollution levels. Yes, it is not exactly the same thing which is discussed in the passage. They talk about developed countries and developing countries. They have different experiences here. Different experience. You see, economic losses due to modern forms of pollution have increased in this India, China, Nigeria. Then they say, by contrast, economic losses due to modern forms of pollution have fallen as a proportion of GDP in USA. So all developing countries not have the parallel forms of, or they do not have the parallel experience of this, or parallel changes in this pollution level. That is also contradictory point. I eliminate. Now see, D choice. The reduction of economic losses can yield positive externalities like a reduction in death rates. That D statement, problem with the D statement is that is talking about only one advantage of that reduction of this. Yes, reduction of this, reduction of this, what is called economic losses. Okay, the reduction of economic losses can yield positive externalities like a reduction in death rates. Okay, reduction of economic losses. One advantage or maybe one feature of that particular thing is discussed here. That is not the central idea of the passage. Because of that, that D option also I eliminated. Now see, economic losses due to, yes, the choice. The economic losses due to pollution are rising in developing economies, whereas developed countries with the pollution control measures are witnessing reverse trends. This is exactly what the passage conveys us. Okay, economic losses due to pollution. Economic losses due to pollution are rising in developing economies, whereas developed countries with the pollution control measures are witnessing a reverse trend. This is what the central idea of this passage, and rest of them can be eliminated. Yes, we have seen what kind of the logics we applied for eliminating one by one. So this is the way. Try to eliminate one by one the choices, and then you can reach out to the right option, right choice in passages. So coming to passages, your idea has to be, yes, elimination of the wrong choices, and coming up with that right one. Okay, eliminate the wrong ones one by one, and you come up with the right choice. Okay, practice very well, and definitely comprehension will be a cakewalk for you in your final examination. All the best. For any support, you feel free to contact us. Thank you.